G'day guys, Viv here again. Welcome back to the next part in the City Fight tutorial. As I explained in the previous part, we were going through adding some detail and texture to our building. Now at this stage it's just very simple texture and detail. Or detail I should say. I'm not actually going to texture this piece. So a very quick, simple City Fight building. I think it's taken me about 20 minutes to get this far, probably a little bit less. If I didn't have to record stuff and explain stuff, it would be very quick. You can see the stuff that I've done here in the back. That was all done in about 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours, over the period of a day with interruptions and customers and etc. etc. And from that, from these pieces here, let me just grab something, hang on. Okay, so all of these pieces here were built from one piece of this foam core. I'll just chuck it up here on the table so you can see how big it was. And once I've shown you this, I'm going to take that building outside and spray paint it because I can't obviously do that inside. So that's the size of this sheet. Now this I picked up from a craft store for about 10 bucks. It's 24 plus 8 is 32 inches by 24 there and another 16. So by 40, so 32 by 40 inches approximately. So 32 by 4 inches, and I built 20 buildings. Most of them 2-story, some of them 3-story and more larger building, using the same techniques that I did in the first one. Anyway, enough stuffing around, it's a long intro. So I'm gonna take this piece, I'm gonna take it outside, I'm gonna undercoat it black. One thing you might wanna do before you do this is seal these edges around the edge where the foam is exposed. Because if you spray this with what's called? Spray paint, it's gonna eat away that foam. So I'm not actually gonna spray this. I do want my texture to be there. I don't want it to be covered up by a hard layer of glue or something like that. It's gonna make the surface not as nice in the end when we dry brush. So I'm going to undercoat this by hand, and I'm going to use a black acrylic house paint, something that they use on the walls. So go to your local hardware shop and pick up some of that stuff. Once I've undercoated it, I'll come back. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so guys, I was going to undercoat this piece and then come back to you. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to leave the camera rolling while I paint this because it's nighttime, there's no one else here, and that's kind of boring and lonely. So I'm going to leave it on, I'm going to let it roll, and I hope you stick with me, and if you don't, I'll see you in the next part where this building is finished. Depends on how it gets edited together. So I'm just using a normal little tester pot paint black. It's a flat black from the local hardware store, and I'm just going to go through and apply my coat to this. So again, I'm just going to be rough, I don't need to be accurate, it's going to be a destroyed building anyway, we're going to wash it and all that sort of stuff. So I was saying, thanks to a few people in one of the previous parts, I mentioned Bill from Terrainaholic. Someone else I'd like to mention, I haven't had sort of any chats with him or anything, but I just wanted to give a shout out to, and I think Terrainaholic has mentioned him, Stumpy Thumper. He has recently uploaded a couple of videos on how to make a cheap orc building, and it was really good, very effective, very simple, anybody can do it. So if you don't know who Stumpy Thumper is, or you haven't seen that video yet, go to his channel and you'll be able to find it. Whenever I mention anything, guys, the descriptions will always contain links to things. I'm still in the process of trying to discover and find out all the fascinating world of Sony Vegas Platinum. If anybody wants to make a movie, go and buy Sony Vegas Platinum Edition. If you're used to using Windows Movie Maker, prepare yourself for a whole nother world. That software is intense. It is packed full of tons of fantastic features. And because it has all those fantastic features in it, it's not really easy to use straight up out of the box. I did have to look up a couple of things. And one of the very basic things, splicing two video segments together and cutting out a portion of the videos in between. All the other software I've used has just been, yeah, play around, fool around, yeah, oh, that's how that works, okay, brilliant. But Sony Vegas, I actually had to go into the help files and watch a couple of tutorial videos and stuff. So if you want some mad software for editing videos that's capable of feature length functionality, that's what you're looking for. Anyway, so Stumpy Thumper's got some cool stuff up, and it's been good to watch through his videos. I'm always on the lookout, guys, for new people to check out. Everything that I watch, everything, and this ranges from the very basic stuff from some of the kids out there to the more advanced stuff that some of us are doing. It's all inspiration, it's all helpful. Sometimes we're thinking about so many different things that the simple solutions just evade us, and along comes some 12-year-old kid and mentions something while he's doing his video, and bang, what you were thinking about a week ago all of a sudden makes sense and you know what you need to do. So if you do know anybody that makes stuff, mention them in your videos. I mean, help the community, as Bill was saying, help the community grow, help people become aware of what's going on. And you look at Mini Wargaming and they've got 10,000 subscribers. I'm sure a lot of them have never heard of me. Now, I'm not asking Mini Wargaming, and nor do I ever expect them to mention anybody's names. But if you're putting a video together and you're doing something and there's a section of silence or something, throw somebody's name out there, somebody that you watch, someone who inspires you. Throw their name out there so people can wander around and find new stuff. So Stumpy Thumper, thanks mate for the inspiration on that orc building. It was a really simple idea, but yet it's really effective. And when we're talking about terrain, that's what we want, simple and effective. And if you're looking for realistic stuff, then stay tuned, because more of that is coming. Have a chat to local people that you know in the hobby scene for railway modelling, etc. Now, jumping topic a little bit while I finish up painting this building. I'm assuming this part of the series is just going to be about me rambling while I undercoat this building. Somebody sent me a very strange question. I'm sorry, mate, I can't remember your name. I don't know where the question came from or why he asked me this question. Maybe it has something to do with fantasy buildings or something like that. He sent me a message and said, I want to make some fantasy buildings, etc, etc. And I've heard this term, murder hole. What is a murder hole? Now, frequently, especially in medieval sort of stuff, and castles and fortified manors and stuff like that, they obviously had their outer walls, their perimeter defences, where they would sort of try to keep the enemy at bay. On those walls and inside the walls, they have what is called a murder hole, or murder holes. The most frequent examples of murder holes that I've seen when I've done castles in the past and research stuff, more often than not, they're different than arrow slits. Arrow slits generally sit in the wall. Arrow slits are a very small slit through which you can fit a bow and fire out. A murder hole, on the other hand, is generally found in the roof. So as I'm going through a gateway or a courtyard entrance or something like that, above me would be a roof. Above me is a roof where little men would be wandering and patrolling the parapets, etc. And there's holes in the floor. That is a murder hole. A murder hole, I'm assuming it's termed a murder hole because through that very small hole, I can pour boiling water, hot sand, I can fire arrows, we can drop from larger murder holes bundles of rocks and stuff like that rain down on the enemy from the top, and there's no way that they can shoot you through that tiny little hole. You are murdering them. It's not a straight up fight, no one has a chance to fight back, you're quite simply cutting down the enemy, you're murdering him. It's a murder hole. So that's what a murder hole is. So a strange question to get, but if you're watching, mate, I'll try and look up your name and send you a message. I don't think I've done that. That's what a murder hole is. Commonly found on castles, fortified manors, those types of things. Used for killing the enemy without mercy.